Welcome to math classes. Today we will look at the class 11th chapter 9 of NCERT book, okay, straight lines. This is useful for everybody who's going through class 11th and 12th now, including NCERT, ICSE, CBSE as well as intermediate examinations in other state boards. Okay, this is the basics for straight line knowledge. Okay, and this is good for IIT, JEE, BITSAT and other engineering entrance exams going forward. Okay, so let's get into this. What we are going to learn here is introduction, slope, and exercise 9.1 of the NCERT book. Okay, forms of straight line. We have 2-point form, we have point slope form, we have slope intercept form, then normal form and general form. Okay, we also learn do the exercise 9.2 and learn the distance between point and line, distance between two parallel lines, angle between two lines, some more exercise and miscellaneous exercise. We also learn a symmetric form of line, parametric form, and condition for concurrency of lines. Okay, though the items which are put in bold color, they are not mentioned in the NCERT book, but they are very useful for your entrance exams. Okay, you have to learn this one. Probably it is there in the exemplary book. Okay, so let's get into the straight lines. Okay, first let's see the introduction and slope. Okay, coordinate geometry combines algebra with geometry. This is most important thing. Okay, both algebra and geometry standalone does not solve many problems, but combined they solve a lot of problems. Okay, that is the success of algebra and geometry. When they combined, you solve a lot of problems. Okay, this is introduced by René Descartes in 1637, and it involves analytical methods for studying geometric figures like lines and several more, which will come. Okay, so let's see what we know until class 9th and class 10th. Okay, so distance between 2 points we know this is nothing but square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the 2 points. Section formula: if x1 y1 and x2 y2 are divided into m is to n ratio, then the point is mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus 1, comma my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus 1. Okay, so this is the formula. Then midpoint is nothing but x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2 of given 2 points. Okay, area of the triangle using coordinates, you can use shoeless method. This is best. I always suggest you to use shoeless method than remembering the individual ones, or write the matrix form, because once you understand shoeless method, you can apply it to any polynomial. Okay, any polygon basically. It can be triangle, it can be rectangle, it can be rhombus, it can be pentagon, it can be anything. Okay, you can apply for anything, so use this one. Okay, this is nothing but if you are given, let's say, 3 points for a triangle, right? x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, you will write another x1 y1 here, and then do this way: x1 y2 minus x2 y1. Okay, x1 y2 minus x2 y1, then x2 y3 minus x3 y2. Okay, one side is plus, other side is minus. x3 y1 minus x1 y3, and then modulus of this one. Okay, this is the area formula for any polygon. Okay, if you have, let's say, a pentagon, you will write x1 y1, x2 y3, x2 y2, x3 y3, x4 y4, x5 y5, and then write the first one again, x1 y1. Okay, slope. Okay, let's understand slope. Okay, if there is a line in a coordinate plane, okay, like this, then it makes an angle with x-axis as well as y-axis, right? The slope talks about the angle it makes with the x-axis, because once you know what is the angle it makes with the x-axis, you know what it makes with the y-axis also. So one is enough to represent actually, right? So the angle it makes with the uh, x-axis, positive x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. That is most important thing. Okay, and the slope, what it gives the steepness of or inclination of a line. Okay, how much it is inclined to the x-axis or y-axis. The lesser the angle, the steepness is less. The right. So that's what it says. It is the tangent of an angle. Okay, and line makes with the angle make tangent of the angle the line makes with positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. That is most important. Okay, you cannot take this angle. Okay, this angle you cannot take, you have to take only this angle. Okay, m equal to tan theta, where theta is inclination or angle with the x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Horizontal line, m is equal to 0 because it does not make any angle with the x-axis. Vertical line, it is 90 degrees actually. Okay, but slope is undefined because tan 90 is undefined. Okay, for slope calculation, angle should be always considered from 0 to 180. Okay, why? Because you draw another line here, whatever direction you make, okay, it is always from 0 to 180 only, right? It cannot be, you cannot calculate this angle as I said, right? Okay, if this is 60 degrees, the other angle is 300 degrees, but 300 degrees is wrong. Okay, so we have to only calculate with the positive x-axis. Okay, slope of a line passing through 2 points is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, this is the slope given the 2 points. Okay, if two lines are parallel, okay, then the slopes are equal. Okay, if the two lines are perpendicular and let's say the lines slopes of the lines is m1 and m2, then m1 equal to minus 1 by m2 or m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. Product of their slopes is equal to minus 1. Okay, angle between two lines with slopes m1 and m2 is equal to tan inverse of absolute m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, these are all very simple. You can see the proof of angle between two lines, all this very easily you can solve it yourself. Okay, slope and line. Okay, so slope of two parallel lines is equal, which means it is m1 equal to m2. Product of slopes between two perpendicular lines is minus 1. We just learned m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. Intercept of a line on axis. Okay, what is the intercept? Intercept is nothing but if I draw a line like this on x-axis, it cuts at a comma 0, and y-axis it will cut at 0 comma b. Okay, so a is called x-intercept, b is called y-intercept. Okay, x-intercept you will have y equal to 0, and y-intercept you will have x equal to 0. Okay, that means this line is passing through these points a comma 0 and 0 comma b. Okay, x-intercept is a, y is b. Equation of a lines and parallel to the axis is very simple. We know the equation of x-axis is y equal to 0 and y-axis is x equal to 0. But if the line is parallel, then it will be line parallel to y-axis is x equal to k. K is the y coordinate. Okay, it is constant basically because it is parallel to x-axis. Okay, and if it is parallel to x-axis, then it is y equal to k. Okay, next. Let's do the exercise 9.1. Basic questions are there about the slope and lines. Okay. Draw a quadrilateral in the Cartesian plane whose vertices are this one. Okay, you can draw it yourself, but let's find the area. Area, I told you. Yeah, there are many ways actually to find the area. You can make it into two triangles and then sum it up. That's what they are expecting you to do. But if you are really preparing for JEE and other entrance exams, method does not matter. So use shoeless method. So just I will use shoeless method. For this one, you can solve it the book way. Okay, but I will just show you shoeless method. Okay, so it is nothing but modulus of minus 4 comma 5, 0 comma 7, 5 comma minus 5, minus 4 comma minus 2. These are the 4 points given, and I'll repeat the first point again, minus 4 comma 5. Then it is nothing but half into. Okay, I take minus 4 into 7 minus 0 into 5. Okay, then 0 into minus 5 minus 5 into 7. 5 into minus 2 minus 4 into minus 5. Okay, then minus 4 into 5 minus 4 into minus 2. If I simplify, this is what I'll get. It is 121 by 2. Okay. So hope you understood how to apply the shoeless method here. Okay. The base of an equilateral triangle with the side 2a lies along the y-axis such that the midpoint of the base is at origin. Find the vertices of the triangle. Okay. So here he is telling that the base of equilateral triangle is on the y-axis. Okay, so y-axis is here. This is my origin 0 comma 0. Okay, and it is a on the positive y-axis, minus a on the negative y-axis. So distance of length of this one is a and a, correct? And it's equilateral triangle. So one side is 2a, so other two sides also 2a. So other side is 2a. I need to find uh, vertices of the triangle, which means this one, right? If this is 0 comma a, this is nothing but a comma 0, this is minus a comma 0, and what will be this one, correct? One is 0 comma minus a, 0 comma, 0 comma a and 0 comma minus a, these are the two vertices. Okay, third vertex is nothing but a, 2a, so hypotenuse, so I'll get h comma 0. Let's say if height is h, altitude is h, then h comma 0. H is nothing but, okay, if I apply Pythagoras theorem, square root of 2a square minus a square, which is root 3a. So what third vertices can be plus or minus root 3a comma 0. So it can come this side or this side. That is important. That's why you got plus or minus. Okay. Right angle triangle, you can draw positive x-axis side or negative x-axis side also you can draw with the same altitude. Next, find the distance between these 2 points. PQ is parallel to the y-axis, PQ is parallel to the x-axis. This is simple. If the PQ is parallel to y-axis, then x-coordinates won't change. The difference between y-axis is nothing but the distance. If it is parallel to x-axis, then y-coordinates won't change. Hence, distance is difference in x-coordinates. Find the point on x-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points. Okay, so let's say the point is a comma 0. It is on x-axis, so a comma 0. It is equidistant from these two, so which means square root of 7 minus a whole square plus 6 square. This is 6 square equal to square root of 3 minus a whole square plus 4 square. If I expand it, this is what it will become. Then solve it for a, you will get the answer. It is nothing but 15 by 2 comma 0. Okay, next. Find the slope of a line which passes through the origin and the midpoint of the line segment joining the points, these 2 points. Okay. So midpoint of these two is nothing but a x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So it is nothing but 4 comma minus 2. The slope of the line passing through 4 comma 2 and origin. This is what y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So it's minus 1 by 2. Without using Pythagoras theorem, show that the points 4, 4, 3, 5 and minus 1, 1 are the vertices of a right angle triangle. Okay, we should not use Pythagoras theorem. So what you can do? You can use slopes. You calculate the slopes of the two lines which are making right angle, right? The product of the slope should be equal to minus 1, right? So first find out slopes of all three lines. So, and slope of the line joining 4, 4, 3, 5 is minus 1 and 4, 4 and minus 1, 1 is 1. Product of these two is minus 1, you can clearly see, which means these two are perpendicular. Okay, so this is the right angle triangle. Okay, next. Find the slope of the line which makes an angle of 30 degrees with the positive direction of y-axis measured anticlockwise. Okay, he is giving 30 degrees here, but we always need, for slope, we need angle it makes with the x-axis. So we know that it is nothing but 90 minus 30, which is 60 degrees. Correct? So tan 60 is root 3. That is the slope. Without using distance formula, show that these points are vertices of a parallelogram. Okay, so we cannot use the distance formula. So what we can use in a parallelogram, two sets of parallel lines are there. Correct. So check the slopes of all four lines. Okay, then the set of two lines will have same slope. Okay, so that's what I have done here. You can just do it yourself. So two lines got 1 by 6 slope, two lines got minus 3 as slope. So this is set of two parallel lines, so it will form a parallelogram. Okay. Find the angle between x-axis and the line joining 3 comma minus 1 and 4 comma minus 2. Okay. So we need to find angle between these two. Correct. So slope of the line is nothing but this m2 is minus 1. Okay. Now this is slope of this line means, what is the meaning of this? This is nothing but tangent of the angle the line makes with the x-axis in anticlockwise direction. Correct. That is what we are looking at. We need that theta. So tan theta equal to minus 1. So theta is 135 degrees. Slope of a line is double the slope of another line. If the tangent of the angle between them is 1 by 3, what is the slope of the lines? Okay, so this is good. M1 is given as uh, slope of first line is m, second line is 2m. Okay, now tangent of angle between the two lines is nothing but absolute m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, now here it is 2m and m, right? So 2m minus m divided by 1 plus 2m into m, which is nothing but 1 by 3. So m by 1 plus 2m square equal to plus or minus 1 by 3. Now you take two cases are there. Take the first case plus 1 by 3. Then it will become, you will get a quadratic equation 2m square minus 3m plus 1 equal to 0, or m comma 2m will become 1 comma 2 and half comma 1. Okay. Second case, if I take this as minus 1 by 3, then that quadratic equation will get is 2m square plus 3m plus 1 equal to 0. In this case, I get m and 2m as minus 1 comma minus 2 and minus 1 by 2 comma minus 1. Okay, so let's learn the straight line equation. So this has different forms, and some of them are mentioned in NCERT. Few are not mentioned, but I'll cover all of them. Though we don't do the exercise for the which are not covered. Okay. So first thing, let's review what is the horizontal and vertical lines uh, parallel to horizontal and vertical line equations. Okay, this is nothing but if equation is horizontal parallel to a horizontal line, then it's a if it is a horizontal line, it is y equal to k, right? If it is a vertical line, it is x equal to k. Okay, k is the where it actually intersects the other axis. Okay, now straight line has several forms as I mentioned. One of the important one is point slope form. Okay, means you are given a point and the slope of the line. Okay, let's say m is the slope of the line and it passes through x1 comma y1. Okay, then the equation can be obtained by y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. Okay, so this is the what a formula we use. And if it is in 2-point form, means there are 2 points given. So obviously I can derive what is the slope of it and then apply the same above formula, right? So nothing but same. So y minus y1 equal to, instead of m slope, I have 2 points. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay, same thing. Now, if it is in slope intercept form, means I am given a slope and then y-intercept. Okay, if the slope is m and y-intercept is c, then the equation is y equal to mx plus c. Okay, this is the most used and form of the straight line, and a lot of problems comes based on this actually. Okay, then intercept form. Okay, you are given x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, which is a and b, let's say. Then the equation is x by a is x-intercept plus y by b is y-intercept equal to 1. Okay, this is one form, and then you have general form. General form is simple ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Okay, and you can convert from general form to any of the other forms to find out the uh, slope and other things. Okay, if you take ax plus by plus c equal to 0, the slope is minus a by b. You should remember that. And if it is a perpendicular line, then it will be with like bx minus ay plus k, some constant. Okay, bx minus ay plus k. So you should know all these things. And if it is a parallel line parallel to this one, then it will be ax plus by plus k equal to 0. Okay, parallel line will have same slope as other line, right? So these things we should remember from the general form, and we can apply all this formula wherever it is required. So these are what mentioned in NCERT book, but there is one thing which is not mentioned, which is called a normal form. Normal means, it is 90 degrees. So it is talking about something which is perpendicular to the line, right? So as I said, if AB is the line you want to find the equation, okay, AB, right? AB is the line which you want to find the equation. But information you are given is a perpendicular line, OD. OD is perpendicular line and its distance from origin, which is P, and the perpendicular line makes an angle alpha with the x-axis. Means I can actually find uh, equation of this perpendicular line because I have alpha and I have at least distance how much this point is, right? So now we need to find out the equation of the line AB. Okay, how can we do that? This is actually simple. Given the perpendicular distance of origin is P and the perpendicular OD makes an angle with alpha with the positive x-axis. This is what is given. Okay. Equation of AB is this one. Okay. How did you get this one? This is very simple actually. Okay. This is P, right? So this is 90 degrees. So this is a right angle triangle. Alpha is here. So what is OA? OA is nothing but P cos theta. Right? OA is nothing but P cos theta. So that means the x-intercept is p cos theta comma 0. Similarly, you will get 0 comma b sin theta, 0 comma p sin theta. This is y-intercept. Okay. Now, if you put that in the equation, then you will easily know what is the answer, right? So the form of the equation is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p. P should be always positive. Okay, it is most important thing. P should be always positive. If negative values coming here, you take the negative to the other side. Okay, based on that you get the values of alpha. Okay, so x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p. This is very important, a normal form of the straight line. If you are given a general equation, a general form of the straight line, which is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and you are asked to convert into normal form, and this is how you do. Okay, you will divide this equation with square root of a square plus b square, then you will get the cos and sine values of this one. Okay, cos and sine. I just took the minus sign from the c to the other side because it depends on the value of c. If c is negative, then yeah, you bring the minus sign here. So basically, RHS side should be maintained positive. Positive number should be maintained on the RHS side. So this is how you will convert the general form into normal form. Okay, this is very important. I did not see any exercise questions given in NCERT book at least, but there might be some in NCERT exemplar. This is mainly I picked it from Telangana Intermediate syllabus, which is very useful. There are several questions came in engineering entrance based on this normal form. Okay, next. So let's do exercise based on what we learned just now. Okay, the summary, the types of equations we got, 5 types of equations. So let's do some problems. I'll not go through all of them. Easy ones I'll leave it for you. You can just refer this, try it yourself and refer the answer. Okay, if some few problems I'll attempt here. Okay, write the equation for x and y axis. Okay, x-axis is y equal to 0, y-axis is x equal to 0. Okay. Similarly, equation of line passing through point and slope is given. So use the point slope form, straightforward. Equation of a line passing through origin and slope m. So this is nothing but y equal to mx. Equation of line passing through a point and inclined with angle is given. Inclined with x-axis is 75 degrees. So what is the slope? So slope is tan 75. Correct? So tan 75 is nothing but 1 plus root 3 by 1 minus root 3. So you can use the point slope form and then you'll get the equation. Okay. Equation of a line intersecting x-axis at a distance 3 units to the left of origin and slope is minus 2. So m equal to minus 2. And what is the x-intercept? X-intercept is minus 3 at the, because it's on the left side. So minus 3 comma 0 is the point it is going through, right? So you have a point, you have a slope. So use slope point formula again, minus 3 comma 0 and slope is minus 2. Equation of a line intersecting the y-axis at a distance 2 units above the origin and making an angle of 30 degrees with positive direction of x-axis. So slope is tan 30, correct, which is 1 by root 3, and y-intercept is 2. So you can actually use y equal to mx plus c also here, okay, or I used here point slope form. You can use y equal to mx plus c directly. Equation of a line passing through the points minus 1 comma 1 and 2 comma minus 4. Okay, this is again 2-point equation. So just substitute y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is the formula you use it, right? Vertices of a triangle PQR are 2 comma 1 minus 2 comma 3 and 4 comma 5. Find the equation of the median through vertex. Okay, means median drawn from R, point R. So you have one point is there. Okay, you have to find the other point. What is the median? Median is connecting to the midpoint of the opposite line, correct? R opposite is PQ. So midpoint of PQ is 2 comma 2. So I am looking at the line equation which is passing through 2 comma 2 and 4 comma 5, correct? So use the 2-point form, 2-point equation of a straight line, and you will get the answer 3x minus 2y minus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Find the equation of the line passing through minus 3 comma 5 and perpendicular to the line passing through these 2 points. Okay, means first find out the equation of or slope of the line passing through 2 comma 5 and minus 3 comma 6. Then I know the perpendicular line slope will be 1 by minus 1 by m, correct? And then you have the slope, you have the point passing through. Okay, that's how you should find out. So slope of a line passing through 2 comma 5 and minus 3 comma 6 is minus 1 by 5. So slope of the perpendicular line will be 5. Okay. So slope of 5 passing through minus 3 comma 5, use point slope form, you will get the answer. Okay. Line perpendicular to the line segment joining the points divides in the ratio of 1:n. Find the equation of the line. Okay. So this is the perpendicular line to the line joining these 2 points. So first is slope of this one. Slope is nothing but 3. Okay. Now it should pass through some point. Where is the point? The point is on line 1 comma 0 and 2 comma 3. Okay. And that is at the ratio of 1:n. That point divides these 2 points in 1:n ratio. So use the section uh, section formula. Okay. To if the point is dividing in m:n ratio, this is the formula we use. So substitute the values carefully. You will get this is the point 2 plus n divided by 1 plus n comma 3 by 1 plus n. Okay. This line passes through the above point, this point, and slope is 1 by minus 1 by 3. So I am using point slope form here. Y minus y minus 3 by 1 plus 1 equal to minus 1 by 3 into x minus 2 plus 10 divided by 1 plus 1. If I simplify, I'll get this answer. Okay. Next. Find the equation of a line that cuts off equal intercept on the coordinate axis and passes through the point 2 comma 3. Okay. So this is simple. Okay. You take the intercept form of equation x by a plus y by b equal to 1. Correct. And a equal to b here. Correct. So x by k plus y by k equal to 1. Now this is passing through 2 comma 3. So substitute 2 comma 3 in x and y. So you will get k equal to 5. So the line equation is x plus 5 equal to x plus y equal to 5. This is the line equation. Okay. Next. Find the equation of a line passing to the point 2 comma 2 and cutting off intercept on axis whose sum is 9. Okay. So a plus b is given here. Okay. If a and b are intercepts on x and y axis, then a plus b is given. A plus b equal to 9. Okay. So if I take one intercept as k, then other one is 9 minus k. Right. So I want to write in single variable. So the line equation is x by k plus y by 9 minus k equal to 1. Okay. This is passing through 2 comma 2. So I'll substitute 2 comma 2 in place of x comma y. Then I get a equation in k. If I solve it, quadratic equation I got. And if I solve it, the quadratic equation is here. If I solve it, I get k equal to 3 comma 6. 2 points I got. Okay. K value is 2 possible points are there. Okay. So line equation for k equal to 3 is x by 3 plus y by 6 equal to 1, or 2x plus y equal to 6. Or if it is k equal to 6, then I get x plus 2y equal to 6. Okay. Hope you understand this one. Okay. Do it carefully. Next. Find the equation of the line through the point 0 comma 2 making an angle of 2 pi by 3 with the positive x-axis. Also find the equation of a line parallel to it crossing the y-axis at a distance of 2 units below the origin. Okay. So first thing is you have a point, you have a angle. So from angle I can get slope. So slope is nothing but tan 2 pi by 3, which is minus square root of 3. So now equation of this line with slope minus square root of 3 and passing through 0 comma 2 is this one. Square root of 3x plus y equal to 2. Okay, I used a point slope formula. Then equation of the line parallel to the above one is root 3 plus root 3x plus y equal to k. Okay, only constant term will be the different. Okay, now this is passing through 0 comma minus 2. That's what is given because it is at a distance of 2 units below the origin, which is 0 comma minus 2, which means k equal to minus 2, right? So hence the equation of a, if I substitute 0 comma minus 2, that's what I'll get, right? So the second line equation is root 3x plus y plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, next. The perpendicular from the origin to the line meets it at the point minus 2 comma 9. Find the equation of the line. Okay, so this is simple. So first thing is slope of the line passing through 0 comma 0 and minus 2 comma 9, which is nothing but minus 9 by 2, which is slope of the perpendicular line. Now I need equation of the perpendicular line, other line, okay, which is perpendicular to this slope. So that is nothing but minus 1 by m will be the slope, which is 2 by 9. Okay, so now I have a slope. So the equation of a line passing through minus 2 comma 9 and the slope is 2 by 9. Okay, I use the point slope form. Then I get the answer 2x minus 9y plus 85 equal to 0. Okay. The length L of a copper rod is a linear function of its Celsius temperature. Okay. In an experiment, L equal to this value when C is 20 and L equal to 125.134 when C equal to 110. Express L in terms of C. This is nothing but I am given 2 points basically, right? I am given 2 points, L comma C if I take it as, this is what my points are, okay? 124.942 comma 20, 125.134 comma 110, correct? So I simply do the 2-point equation of a line, okay, passing through 2 points. If I simplify, this is what I'll get, okay? L equal to 0.192 divided by 90 into C minus 20 plus 124 plus 942, okay? The owner of a milk store finds that he can sell 980 liters of a milk each week at rupees 14 per liter. 1220 liters of milk each week at rupees 16 per liter. Okay. Assuming a linear relationship between selling price and a demand, how many liters could he sell weekly at rupees 17 per liter? Okay, so this is a good question. You have 2 points actually, and they are asking third point at one of the coordinate given. Okay, so if you take plot it in the graph x comma y, x is price and y is number of liters, the points are 14 comma 980 and 16 comma 1220. So the line equation from 2 point form is uh, this one, right? 2 times y minus 980 equal to 240 times x minus 14. Now what I need is for x equal to 17, what is the y? How many number of liters I can sell? So x equal to 17, I should substitute in this equation. If I substitute, what I will get is y is equal to 1340. Okay, so many liters of milk you can sell at rupees 17. Okay, next. P is a midpoint of line segments between axes. Okay, show that the equation of the line is x by a plus y by b equal to 2. Okay, so this is simple. Okay, a comma b is the midpoint. That's what is given. If you see the diagram here. Okay, if I call this one n comma 0 and 0 comma n, okay, then this is my a comma b. A comma b is midpoint. And how you will get it? 0 plus m by 2 equal to a, correct? So which means 0 plus m by 2 equal to a, okay? And 0 plus n by 2 equal to b, okay? So from this one we can get a and b actually. A is m by 2 and b is n by 2 actually. This is yeah, this is wrong actually. This b equal to n by 2. Okay, so my m comma n, if I replace, this is my normal equation for the intercept form, right? X by m plus y by n equal to 1. If I replace m and n with 2a and 2b, this is what I'll get. X by 2a plus y by 2b equal to 1, which means x by a plus y by b equal to 2. Okay, next. Point R divides the line segment between the axes in the ratio 1:2. Okay, find the equation of the line. Okay, again same thing. Instead of telling midpoint, they are telling it is dividing in the ratio 1:2. So same thing we will do basically. Okay, so it divides in 1:2 ratio. So h comma k equal to 0 plus 2a divided by 1 plus 2, b plus 0 divided by 1 plus 2. Okay, so h equal to 2a by 3 and k equal to b by 3. Now I know my intercept form of the equation, which is x by a plus y by b equal to 1, a equal to 3h by 2 and b equal to 3k. So if I substitute these values, I'll get 2x by h plus y by k equal to 3. By using the concept of equation of a line, prove that the 3 points are collinear. Equation of a line I should use. Okay, what does that mean? I can just find the slopes, right? Equation of a line passing through. First, I'll find the equation of a line passing through two of the points. So this is my equation, 2x minus 5y minus 6 equal to 0. Now I have to check whether third point is on this or not. If it is satisfies the equation, that means third point also on this. Then all three are collinear, correct? So just substitute 8 comma 2, then I get the equation is satisfied. That means point lies on the same line, which means all three are collinear. Distance between point and line. Okay. So if x1, y1 is the point, and what is the distance between this point to the line? Okay, so distance between point and line is always shortest, right? Shortest distance, that's what we are looking at, which will be possible with 90 degrees. That is, if you draw a 90 degree, I mean perpendicular from the point to the line, then that is the shortest distance, correct? So distance is absolute ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. Okay, this is the distance of a point to the given line. Okay, it is also called perpendicular distance between point and line or shortest distance between point and line. Distance between two parallel lines. So we know that two parallel lines will have a similar equation, only difference is the constant term, correct? So the distance between two parallel lines is absolute c1 minus c2, that is difference in constant terms, positive value, divided by square root of a square plus b square. Now, angle between two lines, we already learnt it. If the slopes are m1, m2, the theta is equal to tan inverse of absolute m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1, m2. Okay. So, these are the new formulas now. Now, let's do some exercise. Exercise 9.3. Okay. Reduce the following equations into slope-intercept form and find their slopes and the y-intercepts. Okay, so this is a straightforward question. You write it in y equal to mx plus c format, then you will get both values. Okay, do it yourself. Reduce the following equations into intercept form and find their intercept on the axis. So you have to convert into x by a plus y by b equal to 1 form. Okay, so do it yourself. And a is the x-intercept, b is the y-intercept, and yeah, make sure that you get 1 on the other side, not -1. Okay, 1 should be there. Okay, next. Find the distance of a point from the line. Okay, so first is simplify this line. Okay, simplify the line into proper general form. Once you know the general form, then distance formula you use absolute ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. Substitute the values, we'll get the answer 5. Find the points on x-axis whose distance from this line is 4 units. Okay, now this is slightly different, but very simple. It's a point on x-axis, so it should be a comma 0 form, right? It is a comma 0, and you make this line equation into general form, which is nothing but 4x plus 3y minus 12 equal to 0. Then a comma 0 you substitute here. Okay, distance point and distance formula. Now we know that the distance is 4, correct? So once you put the 4, you get two equations because you have absolute to 4a minus 12, correct? So a is equal to 8 and -2. Both are possible. Okay, these the points on x-axis which are 4 units distance from the given line are 8 comma 0 and 4 -2 comma 0. Next. Find the distance between parallel lines. Okay, this is very simple. You have to apply the formula difference in constant terms divided by square root of a square plus b square. Find the equation of the line parallel to the line 3x minus 4y plus 2 equal to 0 and passing through the point -2 comma 3. Okay. So parallel line to 3x minus 4y plus 2 is nothing but 3x minus 4y plus k equal to 0. And then substitute the point. Okay, -2 comma 3. It should satisfy the equation. Then you get the k value. Once you know the k value, k is 18. So the equation of the line is 3x minus 4y plus 18 equal to 0. Next, find the equation of a line perpendicular to this line and having x-intercept as 3. Okay, so you can do it two ways. Once you know it is x-intercept, so it is going through the point 3 comma 0. That is one way. And the slope you can take perpendicular slope of this line, right? So that is one way. Yeah, otherwise you write it into the, let's say, parallel line is a perpendicular line to ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is nothing but bx minus ay plus k equal to 0, correct? So perpendicular to this line is nothing but 7x plus y plus k equal to 0. I write it in the intercept form. Now I know x-intercept is 3, so minus k by 7 equal to 3 or k equal to 21. Once I know this, the equation is 7x plus y minus 21 equal to 0. Find the angles between these two lines. Okay, yeah, this is very simple. Find the slopes and then put the formula theta equal to tan inverse of absolute m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, the line through the points h comma 3 and 4 comma 1 intersects the line at right angle. Okay, find the value of h. Okay, so first thing is you need a slope of this one. Okay, you need slope of this h comma 3 and 4 comma 1, which is 2 by h minus 4. Now we know that this slope is perpendicular to the line, right? Line's slope. So product of these two will be -1. So slope of this given line is 7 by 9. 7 by 9 into 2 by h minus 4 equal to -1. So if you solve it, you get h is equal to 22 by 9. Okay. Prove that the line through this point and parallel to ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is this one. Okay. This is simple. You have to just substitute the uh, value, right? This is the parallel equation and you substitute it, you get the k value. Now you write the k value and then write it in the given form. Okay. It's a straightforward question. Two lines passing through the points 2 comma 3 intersect each other at an angle 60. If the slope of one of the line is 2, find the other one. Okay, so this is simple. Angle is given. So theta is 60 degrees. Slope of one of the line is 2. Okay. So if I substitute tan theta equal to absolute m1 minus m2 plus 1 plus m1 m2, then tan 60 equal to this value, which is square root of 3. So I get a equation. Okay, this is the equation I get for m2. Okay, m2 is nothing but one third. I'll get square root of 3 plus 2 divided by 1 minus 2 square root of 3. Now, if I substitute this one, slope is this. This is the slope of the line, and it is passing through 2 comma 3. So I can just find the equation of the line. Simplify it. This is the equation of the line. Okay, next. Find the equation of right bisector of the line segments joining the points. Okay, you need the right bisector. Okay, what is the right bisector? Okay, it is the midpoint and perpendicular to this given line. Okay, so 3 comma 4 and minus 1 comma 2, the slope of this one is 1 by 2. Okay, slope of the line perpendicular to above will be then minus 2, right, because it's perpendicular. So minus 2 is the slope, and this line is passing through the midpoint, which is nothing but 3 minus 1 by 2, that is 1. 4 plus 2, 6 by 2, which is 3. Okay, so 1 comma 3 it is going through. So this is the line equation. Find the coordinates of foot of perpendicular from the point to the line. Okay, so yeah, this is also simple. You know the uh, equation of the perpendicular line to this one, which is nothing but 4x plus 3y plus k equal to 0, and it is passing through minus 1 comma 3. So if I substitute it, I get the k value and the equation of perpendicular line. This is nothing but 4x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Once I know this, I have two equations. This is perpendicular line equation. This is the normal line equation. If I solve these two lines, equation of two lines, okay, these two equations, I get a point which is uh, the foot of perpendicular. Okay, so that is nothing but if I solve it, I get 68 by 25, comma minus 49 by 25. The perpendicular from the origin to the line y equal to mx plus c meets at the point minus 1 comma 2. Find the values of m and c. Okay. So one is y equal to mx plus c pass to the point minus 1 comma 2, which means the c is equal to, if I substitute, c equal to m plus 2. This is my first equation. Okay. Now slope of the line passing through 0 comma 0 and minus 1 comma 2 is nothing but minus 2. Okay. And this line is perpendicular to the given line. So slope of given line, which is m. So m should be 1 by 2. Okay, because the perpendicular line slope is minus 2. So slope of the given line should be 1 by 2. So m is 1 by 2 and c is 5 by 2. P and Q are lengths of perpendiculars from the origin to the lines x cos theta minus y sin theta equal to k cos 2 k cos 2 theta, and x secant theta plus y cosecant theta equal to k. Prove that p square plus 4q square equal to 4 square. Okay, so I need a length of perpendiculars from origin to these lines, correct? So if I substitute the length equation, p is equal to absolute minus k cos 2 theta divided by square root of cos square theta plus sin square theta. So this is the value, k cos 2 theta, and q is nothing but absolute k sin 2 theta divided by 2. Okay. Now p square plus 4q square is nothing but this value. Okay. So if I take k square common, it's nothing but cos square 2 theta plus sin square 2 theta, which is 1. So p square plus 4q square equal to k square. Next. In the triangle ABC, the vertices 2 comma 3, 4 comma minus 1 and 1 comma 2. Find the equation and the length of altitude from the vertex A. Because this is simple. Altitude from A means it is perpendicular to the line BC. So first find out the slope of BC, then perpendicular slope of the line, we know you will get with minus 1 by m, and then that slope, and it is going through the point 2 comma 3 A, right? So that's what we did here. Slope of the line BC. Okay. Or you find the equation of the BC and then find the perpendicular line and then equation of altitude. Okay. So yeah, whatever way you can do it. If P is the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the line whose intercepts on the axis are A comma B, then show that 1 by P square equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. Okay. So equation of the line with x comma y intercepts A and B is nothing but x by A plus y by B equal to 1. Correct. So in general form, it is Bx plus Ay minus Ab equal to 0. And this is P distance, there is a point which is P distance away from this one, right? So perpendicular length from full 0 comma 0 onto this line, okay, which is nothing but P, correct? So if I substitute that, this is absolute minus AB divided by square root of B square plus A square. If I square on both sides, I'll get P square equal to A square plus B square by A square plus B square. If I take the reciprocal of this one and then adjust it, I'll get 1 by A square plus 1 by B square equal to 1 by P square. Okay, so these are the problems for exercise 9.3, and there is a miscellaneous exercise. Let's do that. Okay, find the values of k for which the line is first condition is parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis, you will have coefficient of x equal to 0 because only you have y equal to some k, right? Parallel to x-axis. So k minus 3 equal to 0 or k equal to 3. Parallel to y-axis is y equal to 0. So you take the y coefficient. Okay, 4 minus k square equal to 0. So k equal to plus or minus 2. Now, third one is passing through origin. Okay, that means constant term is 0. So k square minus 7k plus 6 equal to 0, which is nothing but k equal to 1 or 6. Find the equations of the lines which cut off intercepts on the axis whose sum and product are 1 and minus 6. Okay. Yeah, this is a good tricky question actually. So is given intercepts, let's say if they are A and B, it is information given is A plus B equal to 1 and AB equal to minus 6. Now, how do you get to AB? You can obviously take A equal to minus 6 by B, substitute and you will get. Otherwise, you can solve using quadratic equation. Okay. If A comma B are roots of this quadratic equation, then sum of roots is 1, product of roots is minus 6. Correct? So, this is the equation. X square minus 6 equal to 0. Okay. Which means x minus 3 into x plus 2 equal to 0 or x equal to 3 comma minus 2. Right? These are the two. So, A and B are, these are the A and B. Okay. So, if you take A as 3, B will be minus 2. If you take B as 3, then A is minus 2. So, you will get two equations actually. These are the two equations and these are the pairs. Okay, next. What are the points on y-axis whose distance from the line is 4 units? So, first you write it in the general form. Okay, and then this is the point on y-axis. So, it will be 0 comma k. Now, you apply the distance formula. Okay, and then solve for k. Okay, so k you will get two values 32 or minus 8. So, this is sorry 32 by 3 or minus 8 by 3. These are the two values you will get for k. Find the perpendicular distance from the origin to the line joining these points. Okay, so this is actually very simple. You take the slope of this one, perpendicular slope, and then the line is passing through the origin. Okay, only thing is it has a lot of trigonometric ratios, cos theta, cos sin theta, cos phi, sin phi. So just do it carefully. I mean, it is exactly same as when you have numbers there. Okay, there is no difference. Next. Find the equation of the line parallel to y-axis and drawn through the point of intersection of these two lines. Okay. So first is find out the point of intersection of these two lines, which is if you solve these two equations, you will get y equal to 15 by 22 and x equal to minus 5 by 22. Okay. Then equation of a line parallel to y-axis is nothing but x equal to k. So x equal to minus 5 by 22. This is the equation of the line, which is parallel to y-axis. Okay. Find the equation of a line drawn perpendicular to this line through the point where it meets the y-axis. Okay. So this line meets y-axis at y-intercept, which is 6, right? 0 comma 6. So remember that 0 comma 6 is the point where the perpendicular line also going through. So slope of the current line is minus 3 by 2. So perpendicular line slope is 2 by 3 and it is passing through 0 comma 6. So use the point slope formula. Okay, you will get the equation as 2x minus 3y plus 18 equal to 0. Find the area of the triangle formed by the lines y minus x equal to 0, x plus y equal to 0 and x minus k equal to 0. Okay. So this is simple. If you take x plus y equal to 0 and x equal to k, if you solve, you will get one point which is nothing but k comma minus k. Okay. If you take y equal to x and correct, you have y equal to x here and x plus y equal to 0, then you will get origin as the point of intersection. And third one is if you take y equal to x and x equal to k, you'll get k comma k. If you see these 3 points, this is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle at origin. Okay, so which means both base and height are square root of 2k. So area is nothing but half into base into height. So k square you'll get. Or you can apply shoelace method or any other method you want. Okay. Find the value of p so that three lines may intersect at one point, means they are concurrent. Okay, so condition for concurrency is you can actually take the matrix determinant and equate it to 0. That is one way. Otherwise, solve two of the equations, you get a point. Okay, so E1 and E2 I am solving. So I get a point x equal to 1, y equal to -1. This is the point of intersection of these two lines. If three lines are concurrent, third line also should go through this one. So you substitute 1 comma -1 in the third equation, you get the value of p. Okay, so p is equal to 5. If three lines whose equations are given here are concurrent, then show that this one. Okay, this is what the matrix method determinant I am talking about. So remember this. This is a important formula or a trick to know actually. Condition for concurrency is the this determinant should be equal to 0. How you get that this determinant? m1 -1 c1 coefficients of x, coefficient of y and constant of, okay, in the general form. Then m2 second equation, third equation, this determinant should be equal to 0. So if how do you take the determinant? m1 into minus c3 plus c2, so c2 minus c3, then -1 into -1 into 1 into, okay, m2 c3 minus m3 c2, that's here, then c1 into this one. So if you adjust it, you will get it in the form m1 c1 minus c2, m2 into c3 minus c2, m3 into c1 minus c2 equal to 0. This is what you will get. Okay, remember this formula. Find the equation of the line through 3 comma 2 which makes angle 45 degrees with this line. Okay, so you know slope of given line x minus 2y plus equal to 3 is nothing but m equal to half. Let's assume slope of second line is m and angle between them is 45 degrees. So tan 45 equal to half minus m divided by 1 plus m by 2. If I simplify, I get it two cases. In case 1, 1 plus m by 2 equal to half minus m, which means m is equal to minus 1 by 3. Case 2, I get m equal to 3. Okay, so I need equation of line with slope minus 1 by 3 and 3 passing through 3 comma 2. So I'll get two equations. One is x plus 3y minus 9 equal to 0. Other one is 3x minus y minus 7 equal to 0. Next. Find the equation of the line passing through the point of intersection of the lines 4x plus 7y minus 3 equal to 0 and 2x minus 3y plus 1 equal to 0. That has equal intercepts on the axis. Okay. So we need to find the equation of the line which is passing through the intersection of the line. Okay. So which means first is we should find the intersection of those two lines. So solve them as a simple equations. You will get the intersection point as 1 by 13 and 5 by 13. Okay, x comma y you will get as 1 by 13 and 5 by 13. Now we know this point lies on another line which has equal intercepts. So x by a plus y by a equal to 1. This is the intercept form of a line. Okay, since the intercepts are equal, I am taking a and a. Okay, so x plus y equal to a. This point satisfies this line because it is the point is on the line. So if you substitute it, what you will get is a equal to 6 by 13. So the line equation is 13x plus 13y equal to 6. Next. Show that the equation of the line passing through the origin and making an angle theta with the line y equal to mx plus c is this value. Okay. So first thing is let the second line be y equal to kx because it is passing through origin. So I will take it as y equal to kx where k is the uh, slope. Okay. And k is equal to y by x. So I just need to find slope of the second line. That's it. Y by x is nothing but slope. I need to find the slope. Now it is given that this line makes an angle theta with the line y equal to mx plus c. Okay. So slopes of both are k and m. So tan theta equal to absolute value of m minus k by 1 plus mk. Okay. So now this is equal to, if I take the absolute out, it will become plus or minus theta. Correct. So m minus k equal to 1 plus mk into plus or minus tan theta. Okay. So if I take plus or minus tan theta inside, it will become plus or minus tan theta plus or minus mk tan theta. Okay. Basically, I'm trying to find k value out. Okay. I want the k variables to one side and then find the k value. Okay. So if I do that, I get k as m plus r minus tan theta divided by 1 minus r plus m tan theta. Okay. Be careful about the sign. Okay. When it is plus, the denominator is minus. When the numerator is minus, the denominator is plus. Okay. So the equation k is nothing but y by x. So the equation of the line is y by x equal to m plus r minus tan theta divided by 1 minus r plus m tan theta. Yeah. Next. In what ratio the line joining minus 1 comma 1 and 5 comma 7 is divided by this x plus y equal to 4. Okay. So first thing is find the line equation of minus 1 comma 1 and 5 comma 7. Then solve the two equations, you get the point. Now that point is dividing this in the ratio m is to n, right? So equation of the line passing through this one is nothing but y minus 1 equal to 7 minus 1 by 5 plus 1 into x plus 1, applying 2-point line equation. So that is nothing but x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. And second equation is this one, x plus y minus 4 equal to 0. If I solve these two, I get x equal to 1, y equal to 3. Okay. So now this is the point dividing these 2 points in the ratio r is to 1. Okay. Why I am calling r is to 1? I should say m is to n, right? So whenever you are solving ratio problems, don't take two variables. M is to n, if you take, there are two variables. You cannot solve it with easily with one equation. Okay. If you take it r is to 1, r you may get rational value, correct? P by q form, which is nothing but m is to n. Correct. So always consider this one. This is the trick. So 1 is equal to, right? 1 is equal to, which is 1 is here. 1 is equal to x coordinate 5r minus 1 into 1 divided by r plus 1. Okay. This is nothing but 5r minus 1, which is equal to r plus 1. Okay. So r is equal to half. If r is half, the ratio is 1 is to 2. So the line divides these 2 points in the ratio 1 is to 2. Hope you understand. If you have taken m is to n, you should be making one more uh, equation for y coordinates also, n, and then you will get the m is to n answer. Okay. Next. Find the distance of the line 4x plus 7y plus 5 equal to 0 from the point along the line 2x minus y equal to 0. Okay. So which means the point 1 comma 2 lies on 2x minus y equal to 0. And what is the distance of this point in this line? Okay. So that is point is here. So I am looking at this distance. This is the distance I am looking at. Okay. So first thing you should find it intersection of these 2 points. This is the point intersection. Then I should find the distance between these 2 points. That's all. Okay. So you have equation 1, equation 2. Solve it. You will get a point x comma y, which is nothing but minus 5 by 18 comma minus 5 by 9. Now distance formula. Just apply the distance formula. Then I'll get the answer. Find the direction in which a straight line must be drawn through the point minus 1 comma 2, so that the point of intersection with the line x plus 4 equal to 0 may be at a distance of 3 units from this point. Okay. So similar question. Instead of giving the line equation, they gave the distance of point to the intersection point. Okay. They gave the distance of a comma b and minus 1 comma 2. So simple. Same thing you will do. Okay. First thing is a comma b is 3 units distance from this point. So distance equation you will apply b square minus 2 plus a plus 1 whole square equal to 3. And a comma b lies on the given line x plus y equal to 4. So a plus b equal to 4. This is another equation. Okay. This is one equation you have, and this is the distance formula. So square it on both sides and then remove the one of the term a or b, you remove, replace it with the using this equation a plus b equal to 4, and simplify. You will get b and a value. A comma b is nothing but 2 comma 2 and minus 1 comma 5. You will get two values because line can be this way. Okay. Line can be this way also, right? Same distance you will get 3 units distance you can get if you draw a line this way also. Okay. So you will get 2 points a comma b. So these two a comma b's lies on the same line. So once you have 2 points and then a comma b and minus 1 comma 2, you have to find the equation of the line. So if you see, the good thing here is very simple. The line equation of 2 comma 2 and minus 1 comma 2 is y coordinate is same, which means it is parallel to y axis, parallel to x axis, correct? So y equal to 2 is the equation. If you take other way, a equal to b equal to a comma b is equal to minus 1 comma 5, then x coordinate is same, which means it is parallel to y axis, and x is equal to minus 1. These are the two equations. Next. The hypotenuse of a right angle triangle has its ends at the point 1 comma 3 and minus 4 comma 1. Find the equation of the legs of the triangle which are parallel to this axis. Okay, these two. Okay, and he also given one information, don't miss it. These legs are parallel to x and y axis. So either this is x, this is y, or this is x and this is y. It can be. So you will get two equations. Okay, so remember that. Don't make a mistake. Just to try to assume that it is only this way. Okay. So let the point at right angle be a comma b. Okay. So case 1, a comma b and minus 4 comma 1 is parallel to x-axis. Let's say this is parallel to x-axis. First assumption. Correct. Which means if it is parallel to x-axis, then y equal to 1 is the equation of the line. If y is equal to 1, b is 1. Okay. So a comma b and 1 comma 3, the other two will be parallel to y-axis. Okay. In that case, x equal to 1. Okay. So a comma b is 1 comma 1. Okay, and the lex equations are x equal to 1 and y equal to 1. Correct. This is my case 1. Similarly, you do case 2. In case 2, you will take a comma b and minus 4 comma 1 is y axis and this is x axis. Okay, you will get the point as minus 4 comma 3 and x equal to minus 4 and y equal to 3. Okay, now just have a look at the triangle. From looking at the triangle, you can actually answer it easily. Okay, if I consider this as x axis, this as y axis. Okay, what are my points? My points are y equal to 1, x equal to 3, x equal to 1. So this is 1 comma 1. Correct. If this is x axis and this is y axis, then my point is y equal to 3. Correct. And x equal to minus 4. So my point is minus 4 comma 3. Right. Looking at it, you can easily tell. Okay. Either you take these two or these two. Okay. Next. Find the image of the point 3 comma 8 with respect to the line, assuming that the line to be a plane mirror. Okay. So basically, a mirror image you need to find. Okay. That's all. This is simple. Let's call this point as a comma b. Okay. Then you know the slope of this line already. Correct. So you construct a equation. Okay. Slope of this one is minus b. Sorry, b minus 8 by a by 3. And slope of this line is minus 1 by 3. Since both are perpendicular, product of slopes is equal to minus 1. So if I using that, I get a equation 3a minus b equal to 1. This is my equation 1. Okay. Second equation is the midpoint of these 2 points lies on x plus 3y equal to 7. Correct. Midpoint of this, because this is mirror image, it will be equidistant from here. This distance is same as this. So that means this point is a midpoint of 3 comma 8 and a comma b. Okay. So what is that midpoint? 3 plus a by 2 and 3 times b plus 8 by 2. Okay. Sorry, midpoint is b plus 8 by 2. Okay. So if I substitute this one, I'll get a plus 3b equal to minus 13. So these are my two equations. If I solve them, I get the mirror image a comma b as minus 1 minus 4. Next. If the lines y equal to 3x plus 1 and 2y equal to x plus 3 are equally inclined to the line y equal to mx plus 4, then find the value of m. So what is trying to tell is the angle with which this line y equal to 3x1 makes with y equal to mx plus 4 is same as 2y equal to x plus 1, x plus 3 with y equal to mx plus 4. So you have to take two angle between lines, okay, equation use and equate them. Okay. So this is my line 1, line 2, this is my line 3. Okay. This line slope is m and here slope is 3, slope is 1 by 2, right? So angle between line 1 and line 3 is given by this. Angle between line 2 and line 3 is given by this. Both are equal. So once I equate it, since modulus is there, I'll get two equations. Okay. So first I will take 3 minus m by 1 plus 3m equal to plus, that is plus sign I will take 1 minus 2m by 2 plus m. Okay. If I take this one, I get one quadratic equation, but if you check the value of root of this quadratic equation, there is no real root. Okay, m square equal to minus 1, we don't have a real solution. So this is not a valid condition. Second condition is this equation equal to minus of this value. Okay, then I get another quadratic equation. If I solve it, I get m as 1 plus or minus 5 root 2 divided by 7. Okay, so these are the two slopes which are possible uh, for the line y equal to mx plus 4, which will make equally inclined with both these lines. Next. If the sum of perpendicular distances of a variable point x comma y from the lines is always 10. Show that P must be uh, on a line. P must move on a line, which means he's trying to tell that if you try to find out with this condition what is this P, okay, this P equation should be straight line, or the locus of P is, okay, we call locus, right? Locus of P is straight line. That's what he's trying to tell, okay. So perpendicular distance of x comma y from both these lines is given by this. So sum of them is 10. Okay, now if I adjust them, okay, this is how it is. Okay, now since it has modulus, I have to take plus or minus conditions. You will get actually 4 cases, right? But whatever is the case, if you look at this equation can never become power 2's, right? X square, y square, you will never get. It will be always in terms of x and y. Correct? The final equations, whether you take x plus y minus 5 as positive or negative, this one positive or negative, you will, okay, whatever condition you take, finally you will get only equation of line. So take one of the conditions which is positive, I'll take, okay, and then the sign does not affect the nature of the locus of x comma y, okay, and then if I take both positive, this is what it will looks like, okay, and if you take one positive, one negative, then you make a different line, but it is finally it's a line. The locus is always a line, okay. You get ax plus by plus c equal to 0 form only you will get. So this is the equation of a line. Okay, P must move on a line, right? So equation of the P is a equation of a line. Locus of P is equation of line. Hope you understand this one. Okay, next. Find the equation of a line which is equidistant from parallel lines. Okay, so this is very simple. If two parallel lines are there, okay, if two parallel lines are there, if another line is equidistant from them, then it has to be in the center, middle of those two. Okay, that means its constant term will be average of those two constant terms. That's it, simple. Only thing is you make sure that you write in the same coefficient form. If this is 9x plus 6y minus 7 equal to 0, so convert this into multiply with 3, you will convert it to same. 9x plus 6y plus 18 equal to 0 it will be. So 18 minus 7 by 2 is your constant term of the new line. That's all. Okay. So you can do it yourself. The equation will become 9x plus 6y plus 11 by 2 equal to 0. Next. A ray of light passing through the point 1 comma 2 reflects on x-axis at a point A. Okay. Important thing is this x-axis at a point. Okay. So don't consider the point as A comma B. It is A comma 0 or something K comma 0. Okay. And the reflected ray passes through the point 5 comma 3. Find the coordinates of A. So this is simple actually. This is ray is coming like this at k comma 0 it is reflected back. Let's say this is making theta angle. Okay, the reflected light making theta angle. The original line makes 180 minus theta. Correct? This is also theta. So this is 180 minus theta. So slope of these two lines actually is tan theta and tan 180 minus theta. Correct? Tan theta and tan 180 minus theta, and tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta, we know it. That means the slopes are equal but opposite in sign. Okay, slope of AQ equal to minus slope of AP. So now you just consider slope of these two and put the minus sign, equate them with the minus sign, right? So you will get the value of K as 13 by 5. So coordinates of A are 13 by 5 comma 0. Next. Prove that the product of lengths of perpendiculars drawn from these points to the line is b square. Okay, this is a simple problem. You have to just substitute the formula and product. Okay, if it is d1 and d2, okay, substitute carefully. If it is d1 and d2, then d1 into d2 is this value, which is equal to, you simplify it, you will get b square. That's all. Okay, you can do it yourself. Next. A person standing at a junction of two straight line paths represented by equations 2x minus 3y, this is one line, 2x minus 3y plus 4 equal to 0, and 3x plus 4y minus 5 equal to 0, wants to reach the path whose equation is 6x minus 7y plus 8 equal to 0 in the least time, which means you should travel in the perpendicular direction to this third line. So this is a perpendicular. Find the equation of the path he should follow. So we need to find the path of this one. OM we need to find out. Okay, you understood hope with this diagram. Okay. So intersection point of these two lines is nothing but O. So O is minus 1 comma 17 comma 22 by 17. Minus 1 by 17 comma 22 by 17. Okay. So we need to find the equation of this line passing through this one and perpendicular to 6x minus 7y plus 8 equal to 0. So what is the slope of 6x minus 7y plus 8? It is 6 by 7. Correct? So perpendicular line slope is the minus 7 by 6. So you have slope, you have a point, you can find out the equation of the line. Okay, that is nothing but this is given here. Okay, this is the final equation. 119x plus 102y minus 125 equal to 0. Next. Yeah. So that's all the NCRT miscellaneous questions. There is one concept which is not added in the NCRT book, which is there in the Telangana Intermediate Maths book actually, first year maths book, second year maths book. This is, sorry, it is first year and 1B. Okay, straight lines chapter. So this is also very important concept which I want to just brush up here. Okay. So there is another form of straight line which is called symmetric form. It's called symmetric form. This is not different from other forms, but there is advantage of using in this form. Okay. So let's say line a line passing through x1 comma y1 and making an angle of theta with the positive x-axis. Once you see this, you can easily tell what is this angle. Tan theta is the slope. So you can say that y minus y1 equal to tan theta into x minus x1. Correct? So you can represent tan theta, you divide into sin theta by cos theta and take it to both sides. Okay. So it will become something like this. Correct? X minus x1 ratio with cos theta, y minus y1 ratio with sin theta. This is called symmetric form. Why we need to represent something in this form? What is the advantage? Advantage is this form is written in this way just to remember. Okay, cos theta is related to x minus x1, sin theta is related to y minus y1. Okay, how? Let's say there is another point, okay, on the same line, and it is at r distance from x1 comma y1. Okay, it is at r distance from x1 comma y1. Then what is the coordinates of this point? Okay, now if this question comes, this symmetric form is useful and we derive two parametric equations, okay, which will give us new coordinates which are at the r distance from x1 comma y1. Okay, so any point on this line at a distance r from the point x1 y1 on the line is given by x equal to, or you can call it a comma b, then a equal to, okay, x1 plus r cos theta and y equal to y1 plus r sin theta. So here important things to notice, we are finding distance from x1 y1 and it is at a distance of r. Okay, and theta is the angle the line makes with the positive x-axis. Okay, so slope is nothing but tan theta. So divide, once you know the tan theta value, you find cos theta and sin theta values, and then this is how we can use. Okay, so this is very very useful to find the distance, to find a point on the same line which is at r distance from a given point. Okay, hope you understand some symmetric form, and these two equations are called the parametric equations of the line. Okay, so remember, if somebody is asking you what are the parametric equations of given line, this is how you should do. Okay, and the concurrency of straight lines I mentioned in the one of the questions. Actually, it came as a question. Okay, but yeah, you can remember this one. If three lines are a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, then a2 b2 c2 and a3 b3 c3. Okay, then the concurrency condition is determinant, which is written like this: a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 a3 b3 c3, which is should be equal to 0. This is the minimum and sufficient condition for a concurrency. Okay, the proof is there in Telangana maths book actually. You should go through that. It's interesting to always learn proofs of these things. Okay, that is how you will remember the equations very well. Okay, hope you understand and enjoyed this straight line class. I will start doing more problems on engineering entrance for this chapter. Okay, along with all related chapters to straight lines. Thank you. Till then, keep doing maths. Thank you.